Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and yesterday was the first time in like 3 years that I didn't upload 2 days in a row. And it won't ever happen again. I just felt like yesterday it wasn't really an appropriate time to upload today's video, which is talking about the best heroes to play in Season 26. We are finally in the brand new Season 4 competitive, which once again means that there's going to be possibly a brand new meta to take over this season. But I come to you with the awesome news that these videos are starting to become harder and harder to make because there aren't clear and obvious heroes to play. But that's not to say that a meta doesn't exist, which is what we're going to be talking about. You know, what are some of the best heroes to play in the competitive season that can give you a slight competitive edge, assuming that you are good with them? Because I always say the best way to win Overwatch games is to play what you're most comfortable with. But if you want to learn a brand new hero, or if you're losing a bunch of games with your main, or if you're just wanting to see what heroes are popular so that you can either hop on that bandwagon or know what is popular to counter that bandwagon, then this video is definitely going to be helpful. I'm going to be listing off 2 DPS heroes, 1 tank, and 1 support hero that I think are going to excel in Season 26. The first DPS hero that I want to talk about is a little bit more of a risky pick. You know, you pull this hero out with the confidence that you're going to be good with that hero, even with the obvious counters on the enemy team. And this is going to be none other than our favorite Omnic female hero, Echo. I'm sorry, Arissa, but we love Echo more. One thing that you need to realize going into Season 26 is that double shield is going to be a popular meta composition. You're going to see a lot of Reinhardts, a lot of Sigmas duo running with each other, even sometimes Winston's and mainly Sigma and Reinhardts. And ever since Echo first released, I've been saying that she was an excellent hero to burn down a lot of these shields. Whether it was double shield or the prominent Zarya and Reinhardt strategy, Echo was always the hero I suggested because of her beam. In case you guys don't know, Echo has this beam ability where the damage doubles every single time something is half health. Now, most people would think that only applies for heroes, but that also applies for shields. So a popular strategy that I use when playing Echo when facing against a Reinhardt is I fire all my sticky bombs at his shield, and since it's such a ginormous shield, all of them should hit. I fire a few of my Triforce shots, and then when I start to see the cracks in his shield, that's showing me that the shield is at half health. I then use my beam ability, and since it's double damage because the shield is at half health, it's going to be wiped away in a couple of seconds. And once you do that strategy, 2 things are going to happen. Either A, the shields are just going to be wiped away because you keep demolishing them, or B, the enemy tanks are going to be a little bit more smarter and retract their shields so that it doesn't get destroyed. But at that point, that's when you go in. That's when you try to take out the main tanks because, well, there's no shield to block any of the damage. But while Echo was an excellent hero to play against double shield, she's also just a good hero in general. The same strategy that you use for the Reinhardt shield can be applied for a squishy hero to one-shot them fairly quickly, and even against big beefy tanks like a Roadhog or even a Winston. But if you can find a Mercy main to pocket you as Echo, that's gonna be the best duo comp of all time right next to double shield. Like, move over, Pharmacy. We're now welcoming Echo C. What's the ship name for Mercy and Echo? But a big downside to playing Echo is that you do have to look out for her counters, which are hit scans. These are going to be prominent heroes used in Season 26. Heroes like Ashe or McCree or even Widowmaker are going to be popular picks, but not as popular as this next hero that I'm going to be suggesting, which is a little bit more safer of a pick, but a very strong pick, which is Soldier 76. Now, some people can easily argue that McCree is a better pick than Soldier because he has higher DPS output, and some people can even make the claim that Widowmaker is better, but I feel like those 2 heroes require a little bit higher of skill. Rather, when picking Soldier 76, he's a little bit more forgiving. And if you're learning a brand new hero, or if you're playing a hero that you've never played before and you're trying to counter the Echo, or you just want a strong hero to play, I feel like Soldier is a little bit more safer of a pick. Soldier 76 is just an all-around great guy. I mean, if you're able to control his recoil, he can still have the high DPS output. Plus, he has an ability where he can heal himself, so he's not all crying for heals from the Mercy or the Zenyatta. Oh, that's foreshadowing, I smell. Plus, if you are accurate with his pulse rifle and can control the recoil, he has a Helix rocket which can easily finish a lot of squishy heroes. So he's good in 1v1 situations, but he's also just good to scare away popular compositions like Pharmacy or Echo C like I talked about beforehand. But Soldier, just like Echo, is just an all-around great damage hero. Diva isn't really that popular in this meta, and if shields are going to be taking over this competitive season, where you can fire and chip away at the shields very slowly, but again, very consistently. But now, hot gamer boys and e-girls everywhere, we gotta talk about the best tank to use in Season 26. And while lots of people would predict that Reinhardt is the best tank to play in Season 26, I'm gonna actually go with Sigma this time around. Now, don't get it twisted, Reinhardt is still a great tank to play. Probably the number 2 and possibly even number 1, depending on how confident you are with him. But I feel like Sigma can do so much more than what Reinhardt could ever do as a main tank. First of all, you do have a shield, and yes, you do have half of the hit points than you do with Reinhardt, but it's still a good shield nonetheless, pretty big, pretty beefy, and you can move it at any given point. You don't have to necessarily be with the shield, which can be very handy if you are trying to maybe run a cheese comp with a Bastion and you can't get on top of a ledge, or if you're just running a very mobile comp. The problem that I have with Reinhardt is that he puts himself in sticky situations because he has to put himself in sticky situations. He has to be at the front line. He has to face the Mei or the other Reinhardt or whatever's at the forefront because he is the shield himself. Sigma, he doesn't have to get his hands dirty. Like, no, I'm not about that peasant life. His primary firm fire is admittedly lackluster. If you can get the geometry down, that maybe you can do some work, but it's really his other ability, his sucky suck ability, that is something to write home about. This is where Sigma makes up a lot of the hit points for a shield in comparison to Reinhardt, because in a way, you have 2 shields with Sigma. You have your primary one, and before it breaks, you retract it, and when it's recharging, you use your sucky suck ability to absorb all the damage, further protecting your team, and then giving you even more health on top of that. That's why I think Sigma can be a little bit better of a main tank than Reinhardt, because he can do more than just protect his team. And then you do have the powerful Sigma ultimate, which could set up a lot of team pushes. The only thing that you have to really look out for is that there are a lot of things that could counter your ultimate, whether it's another counter ultimate like Lucio's ult or Zenyatta's ult, or just a regular ability like Roadhog's hook or McCree's flashbang. You know, there are a lot of things that could mess up your ultimate setup, but if you're smart about it, hang out in the back, then you can pull off so many team wipes or team pushes onto the second point of like 2 CP maps. But now it's time to talk about everyone's favorite role to play in Overwatch. Support. Get it? Because nobody likes to play support, and so okay, let's talk about the best support hero. So this one came to a surprise for me, but I really do think Zenyatta is going to be a great hero to play in Season 26. For the longest time, it was always between Ana or Mercy, sometimes more if you were bad, which I always use more, but Zenyatta is slowly making his way back up. Again, double shield is going to be popular. You got to find heroes that can chip away at the shield, and Zenyatta is the best DPS support hero to play for that. And because you can hang out in the back and protect yourself from the Sigma and Reinhardt while still healing your team slowly, it does make Zenyatta a very valuable pick. Plus the obvious other things that you get with the Zenyatta, Discord Orb, a great ability to use to target a very valuable hero like a Reinhardt or like a Mercy. Plus you get Tranquility, which can counter the Sigma ultimate and the Reinhardt ultimate, assuming that you do get in front of the charging Reinhardt, which is always fun to do as a Zenyatta because you make the Reinhardt look so silly. And since you're playing support, you get a very calm and charming hero to play during a time that can be very, very stressful. But guys, those are the heroes that I think are going to be very, very good in Season 26. But as always, I'm not saying these are the only heroes to play. You can still play your Genjis and your Tracers, your McCrees, even your Divas and Baptistas. Just be sure you're winning with the heroes that you want to play, because if not, maybe try switching it up. That's why I made this video, to give you suggestions. That's all they are suggestions. But I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come, and bye.